crazy, go crazy, go crazy, no crazy, no crazy, no crazy,
Hi, I'm Weekly, and today I'd like to talk to you about Hey, I'm Weekly, and today I'd like to talk to you about Bleach Episode 5. This week's episode covers chapters 500 through 505, and much like its previous episodes, it replaces some old with some new. Speaking of which, there are quite a few differences between the start of this episode and the manga version. The first is that Tsunento isn't even explained here, which just makes me wonder why they didn't just change it to like another Tente Kura or even a Hell Butterfly. Why do we have 3 forms of announcements when the show has cell phones? Number 2 is that Robert Akutron doesn't get his extra body here, but that's not really important. Number 3 is that Pepe's teased a little bit longer here, so we get his staff. The fourth difference here is that instead of showing us the moment where Rin stabs Hyosu, we just cut straight to the scene where Ichigo is listening to everyone over the phone. It wasn't as panicked or hectic as I was hoping, at least from Ichigo's end, but I'm not gonna nitpick. I got what I wanted this episode, so it's fine. The fifth difference is that now we have a face for the Ichigo will come line. Turns out it was Rukia. Originally, I was just gonna make fun of the fact that everyone's so moved by this announcement that Ichigo's on his way, because I was like, he's just one dude who can fight one person at a time. It doesn't matter if he can't get his Bankai stolen. He can't 1v26 the Stern Ritter for them. And I don't know how the group battle will feel, but now that I'm thinking about it and I realize, the intentional reason that they put, Ichigo at the beginning of the episode and then Yamato at the end of the episode, it's to show that no, it really does just take one person to motivate the entire unit, because that's exactly what Yamato does. Not even just by arriving, but just showing that he's going to take things seriously. Everyone else is like, all right, get up, let's do it. The Wrath as a Lightning title card is probably my least favorite thing about this whole adaptation right now. I would have preferred something similar to the chapter titles for 500 or even 502, since the captains are kind of falling one by one anyway. Aside from the opening cutting in between scenes here, the rest of 500 is adapted straightforward, ending with the return of my boy himself, Mr. Teenage Angst, Mr. Grimjow Jaggerjack. Well, I guess the return of his sword, but I'll take what I can get. I love how Ichigo is upset that his one move doesn't work. Come on, have you tried anything else? Moving back to Byakuya versus Asuna, the manga and anime give us the same exact shot, but for some reason I only picked up on this being the moment that Byakuya gets hit with an arrow in the anime version. It was cool that they put Byakuya in this shot, because it makes Asuna feel more threatening to him specifically. Asunat's speech is just as dark as I hoped it would be, so I'm a very happy man. Every single shot that I was hoping to see or I was waiting to see was executed perfectly, and then the score that accompanies it is just haunting. I also appreciate the few extra swings we got, to show that it's a fight, even though it is one-sided. But what I appreciate even more is the fact that Asunat actually uses Byakuya's Bankai this time, or at least we get to see it in the anime. This whole transition into Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi is just pretty. Byakuya and Renji look not so happy, and even the activation sound effect is cool. Rukia slightly triggered me this episode just by ignoring her opponent, but I guess I'll let it pass considering. Which brings me to my next question. Will Byakuya stay dead in the anime? I think Kubo wants him for the Hellverse, so I'm just gonna say no, especially since, this line with Hashwald confirming his death is now cut out. But if that one shot didn't exist, I'd say for sure Byakuya's dead in this timeline. Kenpachi pops up and somehow gives us an even better manga moment here when he explains how he killed all 3 Stern Ritter. It was already better to see him rip the questions throw it out, but I realized 3 more things this time around. Number 1, Jerome is basically just Giriko. Number 2, this is foreshadowing on 2 fronts, not just one. Number 3, Kenpachi broke one of the golden rules of shonen way before Eren did. He didn't let his opponent finish monologuing. I appreciate how the anime adds Ichigo's Quincy aura to the scene too. Also, is this Mayuri's shadowless room? What the hell is this place? Hisagi doesn't even need to worry about getting his Bankai stolen since he would never in a million years use it in a battle anyway. Yamamoto looks just as intense as he did in the manga, if not more. So I'm kind of saved from being annoyed by Hisagi right now. I completely forgot Yamato even had scars. Now that I think of it, Chojuro is basically the Zoro to Yamato's Kaido. I was gonna complain that Yamato's line just before 86ing Overkill was better in the manga, but after rewatching it, I realized it's exactly the same. I just appreciate finally getting this shot in color. Really, any scene with Yamato has just been a blessing. This man always looks and sounds badass. And on top of all these blessings, the man demonstrates a second-hand conqueror's hockey. He's able to command his captains, who then command their fodder. He even kicks Shunsui into gear. As he says, that's right. That's how you get rid of a hiccup. You just, think about it really hard. What was I trying to say before that? Oh, yeah. Okay, so Yamato finally arrives at Yuha-Bach, as he calls him. The best pronunciation of that name. Anyway, finally arrives, says he's gonna kill him, yada, 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 all that stuff. It looks pretty cool. But that's where the episode ends. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is also where I end, because I love this episode. I've said what I needed to say about it. I don't have much more to say. I'm waiting for the next one. I'm waiting to see, how this fight plays out. we already know how it ends, so unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I guess to ramble on a little bit, I saw recently someone posted on Twitter, Yamato's the GOAT old anime man. Like they've got him above everyone else. And I was trying to think about it. Like, yeah, definitely over Master Roshi. Has to be over Netero because we only got to see Netero fight one time. And unfortunately, it was the fight that he lost. Even though, like, I feel like if we got more of Netero, then it would be closer there. But definitely over Netero now, that I think about it. That I've, finally start to think about other old badass men in anime. No one else even ranks, I think. I think the closest match for Yamato is probably Whitebeard. But I don't know, man. The die standing thing, it's so close. They've both got it going on for them. But you got strongest man in the world who could potentially destroy the world versus, the strongest, the head captain, the badass man. Like, Whitebeard was strong, cool, whatever. But yeah, in terms of like the most badass, goes to Yamato. Okay, for real now, that's the end. My name is Shonen. I hope you all enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I will see you tomorrow for Chainsaw Man, so look out for that. Have a great day. You be safe, and bye.